Yeah. No, unscrew from the bottom. Unscrew from the bottom.
No, I got it. Oh, wait.
There's the thing to unscrew it. And then you push that down.
Yeah, I know. You have to push it down. I was about to get it.
Oh, hold on. We're live. Hold the phone. It's connected to my neck though, so just hold it. We're live.
One beer yet?
7.
What?
How's it going, folks? Hi, Miss Ra. How are you? Good. How are you?
Is mom here?
My mom is not here now. She's in Pittsburgh.
She left already.
Yeah, she left. Sorry.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited. We're videoing, so. How's it going, folks? We are just about 10 minutes away from game time here at the DCSAA final game between St. John's and Wilson. Boris, the student section is down here.
You guys played these guys this year?
We have not done.
Yeah.
Last year we lost to them. We haven't played the
The
game.
playoffs?
In the regular season. Yeah, they should be pretty good.
Yeah.
How was the game before?
St. John's
They're playing visitation, right?
Vizzy's got a good team, though. Can't the Tumbo's daughter or niece, whatever,
Yeah.
she had like 20 rebounds, I think. And they got this freshman, this girl, Bud.
Yeah. She won the WCSAA Player of the Year, I
Yeah,
think.
she's a freshman.
Yeah.
This
She's
girl is
incredible.
sick. She got MVP at 23 of her 62 points or whatever.
I mean, we were like when we were at the Wilson game yesterday, and the game before was St. John's Anacostia, and they just blew by Anacostia, and Anacostia was by far the best team out of the public schools.
Right.
So it's just
It's a whole different level.
You just see
Yeah.
the whole.
Do you guys mostly do high school sports or all across the board?
Well, they obviously Ted Leotis owns the network,
Yeah.
so it's the Wizards, Caps,
He's the owner of
Mystics.
the Wizards.
But we've been doing a ton of high school streaming. We started football season, then basketball, and then we're gonna do we do hockey and lacrosse as well.
Okay, wow.
But some games we just do 1 camera, other games we do 5 cameras. Yeah.
We're on the Wilson baseball team. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome. Where do you guys go for your spring trip? You guys go to Florida or?
We go to the DR.
I do know. And play down there
Yeah.
against Dominican teams?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a really cool experience.
That's awesome.
Seven minutes, 40 seconds to game time now. Let's see if you can hear it.
I don't know if that's also a mic in. I don't know.
It's a mic in.
Better, but on the phone, I think.
Yeah, of course. I talked on the phone like that, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Put your ear up to. Oh, look up there. Wait, that means this whole drone comes back.
You know, it's these that go back.
Everything goes back.
No, this is like solid. Like this is the floor. Alright.
6 minutes 40 seconds till game time. DCSAA City Final game. Game tonight. We have the Wilson Tigers. Wilson.
Like it was above the background.
You have to call this whole game live? Good for you. Do you have like any fancier equipment or like wider audience?
I got a microphone. It's pretty good.
Are you just recording yourself doing the movie? You know where your mom went?
5 minutes till game time, folks. Energy is building in the arena as fans continue to stream in. We are live from the Charles E. Smith Center, home of the GW Colonials. In the last installment of Wilson Live, the game against the Gonzaga Eagles at Georgetown's McDonough Arena. Wilson came away with a W. That's why they're here tonight. And we had about 400 of you watching live. That's incredible. We really love that, see that support, and we're sure we'll have that just as many, if not more, tonight. So again, I'm Nick Whitman. I'm joined by
Theo Shapinski, and we're bringing you the last game of the basketball season. Hopefully Wilson can go out on a high note here.
Wilson has many talented seniors who this will be their last time suiting up for Wilson, including Allende, Ricky, Will Bauma, George Allen. The rest of the team is juniors and underclassmen. Oh, excuse me, and Josiah.
Josiah Marable.
Marable, wow. Strong start to the evening for me. Last game, Wilson had a cheering the fans on, cheering the team on from start to finish. Easy attendance, always here to support the team, as I can personally see another couple hundred streaming in.
There they are right there.
The hype fans getting ready for this game, just like the players are. What? Oh, it's annoying. That's annoying. They're on different pages. St. John's is led by Coach Patrick B. Bayron, and Wilson is led by Coach Hernandez, Angelo Hernandez. Theo, what are you looking for this game?
Definitely the flashy play of these St. John's guards. I mean, Trey Wood has been a stud all year. So should be poised to have a great game tonight. Then on the other side, Allende Akeem, probably the most athletic player on the floor. Combined with skill, he can be a real danger.
He's listed at a generous 5'11". I mean, knowing him personally, he's probably 5'9", 5'10". Well beyond his height. Really a phenomenal player.
Indeed.
Wilson in the huddle now. 1 minute 30 till game time.
Again, this is the DCSAA championship game. Last game of the season for these two teams. Last year, Gonzaga came away with the win in this tournament. Wilson knocked them off last night in a rematch of last year's semifinal, which Gonzaga won, obviously. The year before that, H.D. Woodson pulled out the dub. That capped off an undefeated season for H.D. Woodson.
St. John's stands as a sports powerhouse in the District of Columbia. Football, women's soccer, women's lacrosse, really one of the strongest teams in the city. But Wilson also always known as one of the strongest public schools in the city for sports across the board. With the players always having some grit that private schools just can't have. 10 seconds till tip-off, folks. All good.
Thanks, Coach.
Time for the national anthem.
Welcome to George Washington University's Smith Center for the 2018 DC State Athletic Association Boys Championship Basketball
I'm gonna
game.
unplug it for this.
It features the number
score currently sits at 5-5.
4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter of this championship game. That three in the corner, and it's way off. Josiah Marable with the rebound. Outlet pass is short, intended for Dominguez Stevens, and St. John's comes back with it. Here's Trey Wood, looking to go downhill. He turns it over, stolen by Ande Keem. He goes all the way and lays it in.
The crowd is going wild.
Bad pass there by the senior guard Trey Wood.
He's a great player. I mean, I'm sure St. John's will be able to overcome that.
Chance of defense from the Wilson crowd. Wilson still in this 2-3 zone. Shot clock down to 10. Trey Wood drives left through the contact, and a rebound by Josiah Marable. And Wilson has it. Here goes Ayende Akeem. He drives. Up and under move is no good, but the follow by Ricardo Lindo. 9-5, Wilson with the lead. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Trey Wood guarded by Dominguez Stevens. No foul there on the push. Mishandles the pass and regathers.
Nearly a backcourt there.
Trey Wood, now number 14, Casey Morsell, and he banks in the three with the foul.
Looks like St. John's going to make 2 substitutions here.
Delani Hunt and Devin Savage come into the game for St. John's as Casey Morsell goes to the line for one.
This is a 4-point play. St. John's could tie the game with this free throw.
And he converts. 9-9, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 2 fouls on St. John's, 1 on Wilson. Here's Ayende Akeem. Now Ricardo Lindo in to Josiah Marable. He goes to the basket, and he converts through the contact.
You'll see that from him all evening long. Coach Hernandez with that active yelling at his team.
A travel called there on the pump fake by number 5, Ishmael Leggett.
Double dribble, actually. Great officiating so far this evening.
Ayende Akeem, guarded by the sophomore Delani Hunt. Now a switch. Jay Heath at the top of the key with the hand in his face, misses. Rebound by Casey Morsell. Double bounce pass to Devin Savage in the corner, and that's off. Wilson with the rebound, up 11-9. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Ayende Akeem, baseline jumper, that's off. Casey Morsell with the rebound. He goes all the way for St. John's and lays it in. Tie game, 11-all. Wilson couldn't stop the ball there, and St. John's gets the transition too.
Next dead ball looks like Wilson's going to bring in 2 substitutions. Will Balma.
And Carlos Dunn. That hook shot is off by the big man Josiah Marable. And now all the way goes Delani Hunt. And blocked. Wilson has numbers here. To Jay Heath on the wing. He drives baseline and lays it in. Might have been goaltending there, but no call is made.
Some sloppy plays so far, playing on both sides. Maybe surprising season 2 finals teams.
Low scoring first quarter. 11-all, 1 minute left now. 12 on the shot clock. St. John's hoists up a 3. And that's off. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds off of Ricardo Lindo, and St. John's keeps it.
Jay Heath and Josiah come out of the game now.
Willem Bauma and Carlos Dunn in. And St. John's gets it back up. Fresh shot clock, 50 seconds left. There's Devin Savage with the 3. St. John's up 14-11. Carlos Dunn comes off the screen. Now Willem Baum at the top of the key. Ayende Akeem rejects the screen. Gets hit, but makes the layup anyway. 14-13, St. John's with the lead. St. John's can hold for the last shot here. 15 seconds left. This is Delani Hunt, the sophomore guard for St. John's. And a travel before the drive there on Ishmael Leggett. So Wilson will have 2.6 seconds to pull ahead at the end of the first quarter. They're down 14-13. They'll get it to Dominguez Stevens, who heaves up the half-court shot, and it's off. But a good quarter by both teams. 14-13, St. John's with the lead. 2 fouls on St. John's, 1 foul on Wilson. Sloppy play.
Yeah, sloppy play across the board. A lot of missed shots, missed opportunities. It really feels like one of the teams could have pulled ahead, but couldn't capitalize and made turnovers.
For an application and for additional information, please visit our website, www.DCSAA
Quite a crowd tonight, though. And a quick update on the score. St. John's 14, Wilson 13, as we begin the second quarter of this DCSAA finals game.
Before this game, we had the DCSAA Girls Basketball Championship. That game was won in convincing fashion by the St. John's Cadets over Georgetown Visitation. St. John's has had a great season for the girls team, winning the WCAC and winning the DCSAA tournament.
A microphone plugged in here, but you can hear it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't listening. Jordan texted me that it wasn't working.
Max, what's it? Yeah, it's working now.
All right, St. John's will start the quarter with the ball.
Wilson keeping that same lineup in that they had to end last quarter.
Trey Wood handling the ball. That's Casey Morcell. Good defense by Carlos Dunn, not letting him drive past. Here's Casey Morcell again with a 3. That's off. Rebound. And putback is no good by Quasi Samuels.
Will Bauman comes down with the rebound.
Ayende Akeem through the double team and lays it in. Beautiful spin move through the double team. And then over the help defense for Ayende Akeem.
We've seen it all year from him, but still always a pleasure to see.
Trey Wood thinking about the 3, now gives it up. Now open. And he knocks it down. St. John's up 17-15. And Carlos Dunn knocks down it, a long 2 by Carlos Dunn. Ties the game at 17. Teams trading baskets at the start of the second quarter. St. John's swinging it around patiently. Now gets it into the high post. And back out for Trey Wood, who knocks down another 3. And that puts St. John's up 3. 6 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second quarter. 20-17 St. John's. Now Dominguez Stevens, the long 3. That's off the back of the rim. And fight for the rebound, secured by St. John's. Casey Morcell travels as Dominguez Stevens puts pressure on him.
So many travel calls in St. John's so far. It's going to be their 4th travel.
Wilson has a chance to pull within 1 or 3. Down 20-17, 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Jay Heath bringing up the ball as Romaro Hutchinson has checked into the game for Ayende Akeem. Ricardo Lindo drives, Will Mauma And an offensive foul is called. Illegal screen by Willem Bauma. Looks like he was set there, but the referee disagreed and called a foul.
Questionable call there, but it is what it is. Will Bauma's a great player. I'm sure he knew what he was doing.
Trey Wood with the ball. Trey Wood now gives it up, and it's a bad pass. Lazily tried to get it over to his teammate Darius Maddox with one hand, and it was a weak pass off the target. Wilson ball down 3, 20-17, 5:30 left in the second quarter. Jay Heath rejects the screen by Ricardo Lindo and goes right into the contact and is too strong with the shot. Trey Wood getting the play call from Coach Patrick Behan. Now a long 3, it's off, rebound. Miscommunication there between Willem Bauma and Ricardo Lindo, and the ball goes straight to a St. John's player as Ishmael Leggett gets the easy 2.
St. John's now leading 22-17, 4 minutes 44 remaining in the second quarter.
Screen and roll. Willem Bauma, good pass out to Romaro Hutchinson, who gets it to Carlos Dunn, pump fake, and it's off. Fight for the rebound by Willem Bauma. It comes down to Ricardo Lindo, who slams it home.
And the crowd is going wild out here tonight.
22-19, St. John's with the lead. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
I'd say the crowd is about 5,000 right now. So we got Wilson on this side, St. John's on the other side.
The stadium only seats 500, so don't know what he's talking about. That's Isaac from
Mid-range jump shot knocked down by number 11, Jalen Abbott.
Ball brought up the court quickly by Wilson.
Screen by Willem Bauma. Jay Heath goes all the way, but loses the ball. And here comes St. John's, and that's Darius Maddox with the finish. Now St. John's up 26-19. Largest deficit of the game for Wilson. Let's see if they have an answer in the closing minutes of this second quarter. Carlos Dunn the long 3, and it's way off.
Coach
Hernandez not happy about that.
And he calls for subs instantly.
Allende Akeem will go in for Carlos Dunn, and Josiah Marable will go in for Willem Bauma. Now the starters are in, except for Dominguez Stevens, as Romaro Hutchinson is still in the game. St. John's looking to add on this 7-point lead, 26-19, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
St. John's has played some very balanced basketball so far, shooting a lot of long-range shots, but also driving to the hoop quite a few times.
Trey Wood looking for someone. That's an off-ball screen there. Ishmael Leggett trying to hang in the air and make a circus shot, but it's off. And here comes Allende Akeem through the contact, and they'll call it on the floor.
St. John's foul charge to number
That
10.
foul is on Devin Savage. Only the third foul on St. John's, while Wilson has only committed 2. So both teams not committing a lot of fouls, playing clean defense.
Not surprising there. Both very high basketball IQ teams, go along with high talent levels. So
Allende Akeem with the short corner dump shot, and it's good. Wilson stops the run, and now they're down 26-21. 2:40 left in the second quarter.
great to see. We have 242 viewers currently.
Trey Wood now to Casey Morcell. Trey Wood thinking about the fig end. Now Casey Morcell gets it into the high post. Good interior passing. And that is slammed home by Richard Njoku.
Almost missed it there. But he made it. St. John's now leads 28-21. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Jay Heath, the long 2. It's off the back of the rim. And St. John's comes the other way. Mid-range jump shot off, and a foul is called on Wilson going for the rebound.
Allende Hakeem got that foul there.
Allende Hakeem, his first personal, team's foul.
As you might have just heard, that's only his first personal foul there, which is good because he's done the foul trouble a couple times.
Good defense there by the big man, Josiah Marable. And now Wilson up the other way. Ricardo Lindo glides to the basket, but it's off. And Trey Woods comes the other way, gives it up. Ishmael Leggett lays it in, and it's off. And a rebound fought for stays with St. John's.
It really looked like it didn't go off Wilson player there, but calls the call.
Is this 7-point lead the largest lead of the night?
This is tied for the largest lead of the night.
28-21, St. John's leads Wilson here. 1 minute 30 remaining in the first half.
Wilson still in this 2-3 defense they've been in all game. Trey Wood handling the ball for St. John's as he has been all game.
Wilson plays this pretty typical
Drive there by Trey Wood, stolen away. Now Romaro Hutchinson the other way, and he's fouled as his shot was blocked by Casey Morcell.
St. John's foul charge to number 3, Kalani Hunt. His first personal, team's 4.
Romaro Hutchinson will go to the line to shoot 2.
As I'm saying, Wilson likes to play this modified 2-3 zone where they kind of play man-to-man within that zone. Kind of guarding wherever man is in that area.
Romaro Hutchinson knocks down the first. 28-22, St. John's leading.
1 minute remaining in the first half. Again, this is Wilson live for the DCSAA City Final game.
Romaro Hutchinson knocks down both free throws, gets the lead down to 5. 1 minute left.
Ooh, look at that pan. As I pan, I think
Less than 1 minute.
A travel is called on number 11, Jalen Abbott, as he was in an awkward position in the middle of that 2-3 zone. Wilson looking to cut into this 5-point deficit. 28-23, 53.9 seconds left in the first half.
looks like there might be a problem with the ball, got a little bit of sweat on it.
Seems like St. John's is going pretty deep into their bench pretty quickly in the game. Seems like St. John's is going pretty deep into their bench pretty quickly. Think that's a strategy?
It might be. St. John's has 2 fouls to give. We'll see if they use those.
Highly unlikely, being up 5, got to go into the half.
Jay guarded there. He steps back, gets it to Lamar Hutchinson in the corner, and that's off. Contested shot there by Wilson.
It's really a bad shot decision, but hey.
That's Casey Morcell with the drive, and he lays it in. Now St. John's back up by 7. Shot clock is turned off. 23 seconds left in the first half. We'll see if Wilson holds for one here. Again, St. John's with 2 fouls to give. We'll see if the coach calls for his players to give up one as the clock ticks down. 12 seconds. Allende Hakeem guarded closely by Delani Hunt. He drives all the way. It's off. Rebound by Ricardo Lindo. He puts it up through the contact, and that's off. And the third chance for Wilson is off as Josiah Marable got 2 chances there and could not convert. He is mad about that as St. John's will go into the locker room. 30-23.
Current score is at 30-23. St. John's leading Wilson. We're now going to take you for a little walk around the stadium.
All students that are a part of the 1,000-point club, please come down to the center court this time. All students that are members of the 1,000-point club, please come down to the center court.
I know, yeah. I'm putting it. Alright, let's go to the stage. Hold on. I have to put them on here. Bear with us, folks. We are going to take a little walk around the stadium, just getting some logistics down.
Second half will start in approximately 15 minutes.
Of course, yeah. Just a couple minutes. Hold on, it's not very secure.
Where is this going?
We're going out there.
Again, if you're 1,000 point winner, please come down to the court at this time.
All of you watching, all about 200 of you watching. All business. We're doing the Wilson Live thing.
Nice. Have fun.
Thank you.
This is live. What's up, Nick?
So we're doing the Wilson Live.
There you go, some of the Wilson fans.
We want to recognize the 1,000 point winners for this school year. Rashid Gatling from Dunbar. Nigel White from Washington Latin. Elena Burke-Smith from Washington Latin. Nalani Line from Citadel Friends. Emmanuel Smith from Washington Latin.
Hi to Wilson Live.
Hello, Wilson Live. My name is Nathan, and I hate St. John's.
Maya Moye from Anacostia. Malik Miller from Friendship Tech.
Live is going great.
Miles Trent from Gonzaga. Andy
This is a live stream?
Yeah.
What's up, live stream? You got a good game?
Will Friends. Congratulations to you all. 1,000
441.
Before the half ended.
What's up, guys?
It's time for our three-point shootout. First up is Savion Gallion from Thurgood Marshall. Savion, you got 40 seconds. Are you ready? Get set and go.
And we're back, folks.
Charles from Capital City Public Charter School.
A little shoot around for you right now.
Charles has got one. Charles has got two. Charles has got three. Charles has still.
Hope you enjoyed that little bit of preview of the student section. Wilson student section up there. Easily 200 fans.
Charles has five. Make it five still. Working on six. He's got the six. Here comes seven. Count that. Charles has got six for this round. Give it up for Charles Walker from Capital City Public Charter School. Next up, Savion Gallion from Thurgood Marshall. Savion, you've got 40 seconds. Start whenever you're ready.
40 seconds.
Savion's got one, trying to beat six. He's got two. Savion's got three. Representing Thurgood Marshall, Savion has got four. To the middle, Savion's got five. Savion trying for six. He's got it for the win. Oh, he did win. My bad. That was tied. We're tied. 6 up. We're tied at 6 apiece. Let's break the tie.
But
Nice little three-point contest here between some of the players around the DC area.
All-Stars earlier in the day. There's a DCSAA All-Star game before the game. Now they're still doing a shoot-around.
Quick fan of the game update. Let's get our contenders right quick. Top of the contenders.
We showed you some of them just a moment ago. They include Macklin Bloom, Nathan Wagner, maybe some of the Wilson Beacon staff. They're out here very deep tonight. That's the school newspaper.
You see Miss Martin over there?
Our school principal.
Here we go. Start anytime you're ready.
Many parents out here tonight. Flip the camera around to us. We have Theodore Shapinsky, me, and Isaac Frumkin.
And this is Nick Whitman, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, hey. Don't really know what he wins by winning that, besides just the glory of victory.
T-shirt.
Oh, excuse me, he wins a t-shirt. What an esteemed...
So one thing I have noticed about this arena is the seats look very comfortable. These blue seats down here have some very nice padding.
We'll zoom in on one of them for you. Nice plush seats. I guess that's what you get when you pay $10 for admission to this game. It's a little bit steep. That's why we're happy you're watching here on Wilson Live for free. The service. Alright folks, about 7 minutes till we go back with action. The score currently sits at 30 to St. John's. Wilson has 23. Really impressive turnout tonight. A great first half. We'll be back to you in a few. Wilson returning from the locker room, led by Will Bauma, one of the team captains. They don't look happy right now. Hopefully they can funnel that energy into some great high-scoring plays. Already got a chip on his shoulder being the public school against this preppy private school. As they start to shoot around. Hope Coach Hernandez gave him some inspiring words. I know he did. Great coach. St. John's is joining them on the court now. Second half beginning in just about 5 minutes. Looks like we've got some good food in the arena tonight. A nice looking pretzel. Feeling a little bit hungry myself. I'm gonna have to go pick it up.
It's because it just counts it every time someone leaves and then comes back.
No, but it also, like, this is only the current year. It's going to be something that's
There's like 50 minutes. What are you looking for, Theo, as second half begins? What do you want to see from Wilson?
Definitely better shot selection. Towards the end of that half, they started taking some shots that were ill-advised and contested. Whereas at the beginning of the first quarter, they were really working hard to get open shots, and they need to go back to that style of play. They're a good enough, skilled, and athletic team to get the shots that they want. They just need to be disciplined and work hard to get them. Defense was pretty good, so they'll need to keep that up. St. John's got a few deep threes.
I definitely concur there. I mean, St. John's, led by their star point guard, Trey, has really been plaguing them all across the court. I really like to see them maybe play a man-to-man defense. I know their signature is that 2-3 tiger zone where they kind of sag back and then like jump onto players as they come into their portion of the court. Man-to-man might be the move, just to kind of shake it up on St. John's and confuse them a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Last game you saw Coach Hernandez change to a man-to-man defense and then to a different zone look in which it was a 3-2 zone or 1-2-2, however you look at it. Definitely switching up the defense, giving St. John's different looks. It's going to be big part of Wilson's success in this half.
And keep in mind, St. John's is also out for a chip right now. They lost the WCAC championship this year to Namatha, so they are also looking to come away with the title to wrap up their season.
Absolutely. I mean, I really think that the key for Wilson is going to be Dominguez Stevens. If he can come alive and just start knocking them down from long range, St. John's, there's no way St. John's can counter with that. He shot about 60% from the field last night, almost like 20 into the mid to low 20s in the points, just knocking down long shots. Oh, there he is, knocking one down. If he knock those down, he can really transform the game for Wilson. At least on the offensive end, not much of a defensive player. Two minutes till the second half gets underway. DCSAA state final game. Both teams showing off their athleticism a little bit. Seconds till we begin the second half here. Wilson is currently down by 7, 30-23. The second half begins. Here we go, folks. The second half is about to be underway.
30-23 was the score at the end of the first half. St. John's leading. Casey Morcell and Trey Wood, the guard duo, led the way for St. John's.
Shockingly, over the halftime break, the score did not change.
Wilson will start the second half with the ball. They'll put the starting lineup in. Dominguez Stevens, Allende Hakeem, Jay Heath, Ricardo Lindo, and Josiah Marable. 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. We'll see if they can get it done. They'll need a run here to keep themselves in the game.
For these seniors, it's 16 minutes left in their high school basketball careers.
You know that will be with them as they go forward.
Definitely going to play with some energy here. Ricardo Lindo drives left all the way, and he's fouled. Good aggression on the first possession. Only 11 seconds into the game and already a foul call.
St. John's foul charge, number 5, Ishmael Leggett, his first personal.
That foul on Ishmael Leggett.
Free throw line for the Tigers, number 23.
And Ricardo Lindo will go to the line shooting 2.
Knocks down the first one.
Lead down to 6, 30-24. 7 minutes, 49 seconds left in the third quarter.
Knocks down the second one.
Let's see if Wilson can get a stop here and put buckets together back in this game. Trey Wood not on the floor for St. John's at the start of this half. He'll probably get back into this game quick. That's a floater by number 3, Delani Hunt, and it's off. Rebound by Wilson. St. John's is still in a man-to-man defense. Allende Hakeem loses it, but Josiah Marable is there for the 2. Just like that. 3-point game, 30-27.
There's that high energy we knew Wilson would bring out of the locker room.
Wilson still in the 2-3 zone. That's tied up there by Ricardo Lindo, but they get it out. Casey Morcell from deep, it's off. Rebound by Richard Njoku. And a jump ball is called. Excellent defense there. Josiah Marable keeping his hands high, and Ricardo Lindo getting in there to tie it up.
Coach Hernandez still not pleased though. Only wants a takeaway.
26 on the shot clock, 6:46 left in the third quarter. Bad defense there by Wilson, and an easy 2 off the inbounds pass.
Lead jumps back up to 5. St. John's 32, Wilson 27.
6.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And that is a foul on number 11, Jalen Abbott, trying to get the steal.
St. John's foul charge, number 11, Jalen Abbott, his second personal, team second.
No, it's Jalen Abbott.
Number 2, Trey Wood.
Do you hear that one? St. John's tries to make a sub, but they were too late. Trey Wood trying to get into the game, but he'll stay out. Exactly. Ricardo Lindo gives it up to Jay Heath. He's guarded by Delani Hunt. Now Allende Hakeem. Screened by Josiah Marable. And the floater is off. Josiah Marable with the rebound. He goes up through the contact, no call. The ball's loose on the ground. Josiah Marable up with it again. And Jay Heath pops the corner, wing 3, and that's off. And a foul is called on Josiah Marable as he got tied up with Richard Njoku coming down with the rebound. Now Trey Wood does check into the game.
Really sloppy play on that end. Surprising to see from 2 deeply talented teams.
32-27, 5 minutes, 55 seconds left in the third quarter. St. John's trying to add to a 5-point lead. Oh! And Dominguez Stevens is called.
Wilson fans understandably shocked by that call.
He'll go to the line shooting 2. Surprised that call was not on the floor.
With this game likely coming down to close scores in the fourth quarter, it's going to be crucial that both teams can stay out of foul trouble.
Definitely not too much foul trouble in the first half, but we'll see if the second half has a different story. And that free throw is made by number 11, Jalen Abbott. He'll have 1 more, as the lead is now back up to 6.
Fans turn to distract him.
And he makes both. Now the lead back up to 7, just like that, as Wilson cut it down to 3. And now it's back up to 7. Dominguez Stevens, closely guarded. He steps back, and he's fouled on the three as Casey Morcell fought around the Lindo screen and fouled the shooter.
Apparently they're claiming that wasn't a foul on the shot.
Looks like the foul was called. The foul was called as Casey Morcell was going through Allende Akeem and not with contact with Dominguez Stevens.
Coach Hernandez pleading for the call. She wasn't getting it.
Allende Akeem double team but gets it out. Jay Heath. Ricardo Lindo with the long three. That's off. Fight for the rebound. Won by St. John's. Casey Morcell up ahead. Pump fake there and a nice drive and a reverse layup by Ishmael Leggett. And Ricardo Lindo looks like he's injured. He quickly goes to the bench.
He'll try to walk it off, but he's not looking good. Looks like he got his ankle there. And we'll have a quick injury timeout.
Referee telling St. John's to get out of the huddle, as it is not a timeout, it's just a quick stoppage of play for the injury.
And Will Balma will come in. Really hope Ricky's okay there. Such a key player for Wilson.
Allende Akeem making sure no time runs off the clock there. Jay Heath drives all the way, hangs in the air and scores. The lead back down to 7.
36 St. John's, Wilson 29, 4 minutes 45 remaining in the third quarter. Shares of defense ring out.
Open three by Casey Morcell and he knocks it down. Horrible defense by Wilson.
It looks like Ricky will be able to go back in.
Jay Heath drives again all the way and he's fouled on the shot. 10-point lead for St. John's, largest of the game.
Number 32, Richard Njoku, his second personal.
That's a second on Richard Njoku and already the fourth foul by St. John's in just 3.5 minutes of play.
Could be important down the stretch if it's Wilson can close his lead.
Jay Heath leaves the first one short. He'll try to make the second to pull the Wilson deficit back to 9.
And Josiah comes out of the game for Wilson. Ricardo checking back in. Looks like his ankle is okay. Still not walking perfectly fine, but he should be good.
Jay Heath knocks down the second. 39-30. St. John's with the lead. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Trey Wood handling the ball. Looks like Wilson is in this 1-2-2 defense now. A switch of pace, but an open three still by Casey Morcell. And that step back three by Jay Heath is off. Coach Hernandez calling for a foul.
A technical foul has been assessed against Wilson's number 5, Jay Heath.
A technical foul called on Jay Heath, as he was mad that a foul was not called when he was shooting the three.
Wilson just can't do that down the stretch. They're already losing by 9. This could bring it up to 10.
Casey Morcell at the line shooting the technical free throws. And he makes the first, lead back up to 10. Could extend it to 11 if he makes this one.
Wilson going the same lineup here. As is St. John's will make the substitution in a minute. Number 10, Devon Savage will come in.
Casey Morcell misses the second free throw. So lead steady at 10. St. John's will get the ball after that technical foul on Jay Heath.
The score currently sits St. John's 40, Wilson 30. 10-point differential. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This DCSAA City Finals game.
Wilson in a 1-2-2 defense with Jay Heath at the top, using his length to try to force a turnover. They get it into the top, and now down to the, and it's Ricardo Lindo again tying up the ball, and this time possession goes to Wilson.
Coach Hernandez is still pleading for a foul call. Almost never happy with the call, but it's understandable. Many years of basketball knowledge underneath his belt.
And Akeem calling out a play for Wilson. Gives it up to Jay Heath, screened by Willabama, and he's fouled and makes the jump shot. Let's see if Jay Heath can convert the and one to pull Wilson within 7. 40-32. 3:37 left in the third quarter. Romaro Hutchinson checks in for Dominguez Stevens.
It's interesting to note that some of these players keep looking up at the scoreboard. Here, GW's, and he knocks that one down. Charles E. Smith, Arena. There's a big jumbotron where they can see the replay. And players and coaches on the right. Seems like they look up there to see what the play was. Not something they get to do at the high school level.
Active defense there by Wilson, and Casey Morcell stepped on the line. A turnover. Wilson ball down 7.
And the
3:24 left
section
in the third
is going crazy.
Let's see if Wilson can convert that turnover into points here. Allende Akeem with the ball.
Section on its feet.
He drives and is fouled and converts the and one. The lead is down to 5. If he makes the free throw, it'll be down to 4. 3:16 left.
The Wilson student section on its feet. Cheering on this phenomenal Wilson team.
That's already the 6th foul on St. John's, so for the final 11 minutes of the game, Wilson will be in the bonus. He misses it, and St. John's comes the other way. Here's Trey Wood trying to stop the run. He gets it in the corner. Splits the double team, but it's taken away, and he gets it back. Ricardo Lindo again with the fast hands. Wilson in this 1-2-2 defense again, that's caused some turnovers. And that dribbles out of bounds, and it stays with St. John's.
St. John's leads Wilson again, 40-35 now. 2 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Trey Wood with pressure by Jay Heath. Gets it to number 5, who gets it into Richard Njoku, who's blocked by Ricardo Lindo, but a foul is called. Maybe got him on the body there, but it looked like it was a clean block at the top.
Coach Hernandez rips his tie off in anger. I understand that. Fans are booing all over. Questionable call to say the least, but the momentum remains with Wilson.
Hopefully Wilson can channel that anger into some points here.
The stadium is rocking.
Richard Njoku at the line. He makes the first. Lead back up to 6 for St. John's.
St. John's does have many fans in the crowd tonight. Being a big sports school, not much else. Wilson known for all its academics and athletics.
He misses the second. Rebound by Wilson.
That crowd noise really got to him.
St. John's looks like they're in a 2-3 defense. They were in man-to-man for much of the first half. Allende Akeem guarded by Trey Wood. 2 premier guards in the nation. Allende Akeem to Jay Heath in the corner. He misses. Rebound fought for Allende Akeem. He puts it in through the contact.
Phenomenal body control there. As the lead is cut down.
Trey Wood the other way. He misses. And Will Bama smartly waits for his guard to get it. Lead is 4, 41-37. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. St. John's leading. Allende Akeem
is really stepping up on the offensive and defensive end in the second half.
Jay Heath drives all the way. It's blocked by Richard Njoku. And Trey Wood gets it up to Casey Morcell, who fumbles it. And that is pummeled by Wilson. And some pushing and shoving here. Technical fouls are called as the St. John's coach came all the way onto the floor. And that is number 10, Devin Savage, who got heated and had to be thrown away by the coach. Trippy play here, Wilson players lapping it up. Don't do that, don't do that. There was a foul called on Wilbaum on the shot. Looks like a warning is called on Coach Hernandez for coming out onto the floor. Again, we'll clear this up. Wilbaum was called for a foul on the drive, and then there was some tangling, and it looks like technical foul. A technical foul was called on Devin Savage of St. John's, and also on Wilson, and a timeout is called by Coach Hernandez.
To me, it looked like the St. John's head coach slapped his player after the technical foul.
He tried to, he put his hand over his mouth to prevent the player from picking up any further repercussions.
That's what you expect from a private school, very entitled. And now they'll talk it out.
Tensions are running high. It'll be up to the coaches to see who can keep their team collected and not pick up those technical fouls, which can really change the momentum of the game.
Oh, absolutely. And here down the stretch, composure will be critical. There's already a lot of rivalry between these schools. It'll be interesting to see the reactions on Twitter tonight following the game.
And just a quick reminder to follow Wilson Live on Instagram.
That's Wilson_live.
For all the updates on sporting events, I'll be streamed live. From baseball to basketball, football to tennis. We've got them all, folks.
Looks like we're ready to resume action here. And it will be Casey Morcell at the line for the Cadets. Double technical foul, so no free throws are shooting. They offset for either team. Wilson fans making a lot of noise here. And Casey Morcell knocks down the first. Nothing but nylon. 42-37. St. John's with the lead. 1:42 left in the third quarter. And he makes the second. 43-37, 6-point lead for St. John's. 1 minute, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Jay Heath bringing the ball up for Wilson. Gets it to Allende Akeem. Student section is on their feet. Ricardo Lindo goes right into the body of Richard Njoku, and that's a foul. I think that is his third foul. That is his third foul, and he is the starting center for St. John's. We'll see if that plays a factor later.
The ref just called all these St. John's players into a huddle. Onto talking about their somewhat dirty play so far. Understandable from him.
Ricardo Lindo at the line. Knocks down the first. Lead is down to 5, 43-38. Carlos Dunn checks in for Romaro Hutchinson. Carlos Dunn, a great shooter as well as a great on-ball defender.
This has been an action-packed game. St. John's leading 43-38. Make that 43-39.
43-39.
1 minute 30 remaining in the third quarter.
Wilson still in this 1-2-2 zone with Jay Heath at the top has caused a lot of ruckus and disrupted the St. John's offense. Darius Maddox, now Trey Wood, looking for the corner. He gets it to Morcell, who passes it out to Darius Maddox. And now Jalen Abbott, the long three, it's off. Rebound by Richard Njoku, and he gets it out to Trey Wood.
Looked like a travel there.
Trey Wood is fouled. Wilson could not secure the rebound. and Richard Njoku fought for it. That foul is on Carlos Dunn. Both teams, 8 fouls in this third quarter. That's more than double what they had in all of the first half.
Wilson's going to have to limit those second chance opportunities if they want to pull this one out.
Now Wilson brings in two of their better offensive players, Dominguez Stevens and Josiah, for Will Bauma and Carlos Dunn.
Now the starters are on the floor for Wilson as they try to make a run in this end of the 51 seconds left in the third quarter. That free throw is made. It was a 1-and-1.
St. John's, as Isaac was just mentioning, is a phenomenal free throw team. Through their shooting team. On the season, they shot almost 90%. That's great for high school basketball.
Trey Wood knocks down both, and St. John's is up 6, 45-39. We'll see if Wilson can energize another run here to get back in the game.
They'll need it down the stretch.
Allende Akeem drives, but good defense by Trey Wood, and he takes it away. But it stays with Wilson.
Coach Hernandez is not pleased with Allende's somewhat isolationist basketball play.
The St. John's coach calling that the shot clock should not have reset as St. John's did not hold possession.
They touch the ball? St. John's touched the ball though for a minute and knocked it out of bounds.
Touching is not possession. You have to have full possession of the ball for the shot clock to reset, and the referees do concur with the St. John's coach, and the shot clock is down to 22. Lob into Josiah Marable. He catches it and goes up. Lead down to 4, 45-41. 30 seconds left. St. John's can have the last shot if they want it. Now the 1-2-2 zone will have Dominguez Stevens at the top. Also has a lot of length and athleticism.
Cheers of defense ring out throughout the stadium.
Trey Wood. Now Ishmael Leggett. Ishmael Leggett with it. Kicks it out to Trey Wood. Trey Wood takes the 3. And it's off. And Wilson ends the third quarter with a good defensive possession as they have cut the 7-point lead down to 4.
This is an action-packed game, folks. Riveting stuff. So we're going to go over now to the student section. On their feet, the St. John's and Wilson combined student section. Not your usual thing, also pretty active.
And a lot of these players and students at each of these schools very close, as many of them grew up in the same area and went to elementary school together and middle school. So definitely a lot of rivalry, but a lot of friendship too.
Absolutely. I mean, on the basketball court, we can get, and on the baseball field, and on many different sporting venues and surfaces, we can get a little bit chippy. But when we see each other in Tenleytown or anywhere else in the city, we can usually get along.
45-41, St. John's with the lead. 8 fouls on either team. So the next foul will be a 1-and-1 unless it is a shooting foul or an offensive foul. And then the rest of the way, both teams will be in the double bonus. We'll see if the foul trouble holds some players out for parts of this fourth quarter.
Looks like Wilson.
Chest bump.
Who got the 10 for this one?
Jet. St. John's will get the ball to start this fourth quarter.
Trey Wood will handle it for St. John's. Wilson still in this 1-2-2 defense with Jay Heath at the top. Carlos Dunn has checked in for Dominguez Stevens and Will Bauma in for Josiah Marable. Double team there, cross-court pass to Trey Wood. He drives, wild shot, and it's off. Rebound by Carlos Dunn. Wilson has a chance to pull it within 2 or 1 with a 3. 45-41.
St. John's really plays a college basketball style offense. Crisp passing across the court, back and forth up top.
A lot of driving and kicking as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allende Akeem drives all the way. Now Carlos Dunn, Jay Heath, the wing 3. It's off. Trey Wood with the rebound. That was a big miss for Wilson. And all the way for Casey Morsell. Rebound by Willem Bauma. Jay Heath Up to Allende Keem. And he misses it. Ricardo Lindo with the slam. The lead is down to 2, 45-43. And a timeout by St. John's.
The students and fans are going crazy, folks. You can't do it justice. The momentum has shifted.
The 7-point lead at halftime is now just 2, 45-43. 6:56 left in the fourth quarter of this DCSAA championship game.
Well, they can't do it justice, folks. There are easily 250 screaming Wilson fans. They recognize it. Oh, Jesus. Excuse that. Yeah, they made one for everyone except for the 5 guys in a row.
St. John's will have it. 6:56 left in the fourth quarter. Up by 2 against the Wilson Tigers.
This is the game we hoped for, folks.
And
as a Wilson fan, you might want to see a little bit of the lead.
Surprising development. Trey Wood is out of the game for St. John's. But it doesn't matter. They still hit a 3. That 3-pointer is by Delani Hunt, and St. John's is back up by 5.
Dominguez Stevens off the court, as well as Josiah.
Ricardo Lindo passes batted back, but he gets it back. And now Jay Heath, guarded by a fired up Devin Savage. Screen by Willem Bauma. Good pass into the corner. And that's off. And an offensive rebound by Willem Bauma. Now into Ricardo Lindo, an open dunk.
The crowd is on their feet. This is
48-45, St. John's with the lead. 5:55 left in the fourth quarter.
The momentum has shifted, folks.
Both teams in the bonus. Wilson still in this 1-2-2 defense. Trey Wood not in the game for St. John's. And a travel is called as Willem Bauma goes for the charge, but makes the St. John's player think about it, and he travels. Excellent defense there.
And now it looks.
And now an offensive subs will come back in. Dominguez Stevens and Josiah Marable into the game.
This is a strategy typically deployed by Coach Hernandez. He will bring in Dominguez Stevens for Will Bauma. Quite often, defense for offense, a simple trade-off.
Trey Wood still not in the game for St. John's. Allende Keem all the way. He misses. Offensive rebound by Josiah Marable, and it's off. And another offensive rebound by Allende Keem, who puts it in! 48-47. 1-point lead for St. John's. And a foul is called by Allende Keem, trying to go for the steal on Corey Casey Morcell.
St. John's is 8, so it's in the bonus, right?
And
that is the 9th foul on Wilson, so a 1-and-1 will be shot.
And now Will Bauma and... Oh, never mind.
No subs for Wilson after that. Trey Wood does come back into the game for St. John's, the star point guard. Casey Morcell at the line for a 1-and-1. 48-47, 5:15 left in the fourth quarter. St. John's leading. He makes the front end of the 1-and-1, so he will get a second.
St. John's just doesn't miss free throws tonight. Isaac, my fellow commentator, cannot believe it. They're just such a fundamental team. Leads up to 2 for St. John's. 49-47, 5:15 remaining. Theo just said.
That 3 is good. So that free throw is good. 50-47, 3-point lead for the St. John's Cadets. Allende Keem leading the charge for the Wilson Tigers. Dominguez Stevens, the great shooter. Now Jay Heath, as St. John's is switching everything. Ricardo Lindo with the ball at the elbow. Now Allende Akeem drives all the way. He lays it in. The lead is back to 1, 50 to 49.
He is carrying the Wilson team right now.
Allende Akeem. Great layup there. We'll see if Wilson can stop on defense. 1-2-2 zone. Dominguez Stevens at the top. Trey Wood now with it. And Casey Morcell in the corner. He misses. Rebound by Allende Akeem. And Wilson will slow it down. They can take the lead with the
lead right here.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter
This could be Wilson's first lead.
of the second half.
Yep.
Jay Heath. Handoff action for Wilson. Dominguez Stevens is way off with the long three. Not happy with that shot, Coach Hernandez. Trey Wood all the way, and it's taken away. Good defense by Josiah Marable not to foul and get his hands on the ball. Allende Akeem will bring it up for Wilson. Again, another chance to take the lead. Jay Heath drives in and converts. 51-50. Wilson with the lead and a timeout.
Okay, that's petty. Chance of scoreboard ringing out from the Wilson fans.
It is clear that this crowd tonight is overwhelming Wilson fans.
I feel like this could have been taking place at Wilson's home court, the Tiger Den. Big shout out to the 255 of you watching at Wilson Live. Great to see that Wilson's court goes beyond who can make it to this beautiful arena tonight, the Charles E. Smith Center of the Colonels.
Watching this game, we have fans from 6 continents around the world.
Still looking for Antarctica.
Still looking for Antarctica. But Wilson Live has officially gone global.
And shout out to all our former Wilson alumni who are watching tonight. It's a lot of fun.
Wilson leads 51-50 in the fourth quarter with only 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining, folks.
St. John's will have the ball coming out of the timeout. 9 fouls on Wilson, 8 on St. John's. 3 timeouts left for Wilson, 4 timeouts left for St. John's. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. John's is down by 1. First deficit they have faced in the second half. Casey Morcell with the short corner jump shot, and it's off. Allende Akeem now bringing it up for Wilson. Allende Akeem slowing it down. Clock ticks down. 3:12 remaining. 15 on the shot clock. He goes around Richard Njoku and now tries to get it to Ricardo Lindo, but miscommunication there and it goes out of bounds. St. John's will have it. Trey Wood taking time off, keeping time on the clock rather. Pass into the post, and now all the way to the basket for number 11, Jalen Abbott, and quickly Peter Patrick Behan calls a timeout to try and fire up his St. John's team. 52-51, St. John's took the lead with that basket. 2:57 left in the fourth quarter.
Say it, folks, but it does look like once again whoever scores more points will win this game.
Isaac just brings the most astute observations I've ever heard, folks. Real pleasure to have him with us. I don't know how we did it without him. I don't know how Theo did it without him. I'm a late addition. Theo's been doing this all season long. Big shout out to him.
Thank you.
I actually went to an announcing school this summer. Picked up a few, tools of the trade.
Isaac is a mass media major at Wilson. Are you in the academy?
Yes.
He's in the academy.
All right, 52-51. St. John's with the lead. 2:57 left in the fourth quarter. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Ayende Akeem will bring up the ball for Wilson.
Both teams saving time on the clock.
Team with the last shot might just win this game.
Seems that both teams have been watching curling in the most recent Olympics.
Again, the dribble handoff action for Wilson. Josiah Marable looking for Ricardo Lindo, but it's not there. Now Ayende Akeem tries to drive. 12 on the shot clock. Josiah Marable spin move, fade away. It's way off. Not the smartest shot there by the big man. St. John's up by 1, trying to extend the lead. Here's Trey Wood.
Josiah often tries to do too much, but when he gets it done, he's hard to stop.
Trey Wood gives it to Casey Morcell, the 2 outstanding players for St. John's tonight. Trey Wood looking for Richard Njoku down low. Cannot get it there. Jalen Abbott driving, good defense, and a shot clock violation as St. John's falls asleep. A usually very smart basketball team fell asleep there and turned it over. 2 minutes, 3 seconds left. Wilson is down by 1, 52-51. Both teams in the bonus.
That's a shocking play down the stretch. Shifting the momentum back in Wilson's direction.
Ayende Akeem gives it up to Jay Heath. Now Ricardo Lindo into Josiah Marable, but it's over him. And now Jay Heath with the wing 3. It's off. And a rebound by St. John's. That was a big miss. Chance to pull ahead.
That could have been huge, folks.
And a timeout by St. John's. They still have 2 left after this.
My blood pressure, folks.
Wilson has 3.
My blood pressure, folks, just like in the Gonzaga game, is astronomically high currently.
52-51. St. John's leading. 1 minute, 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. St. John's called a timeout. We'll see what they have drawn up coming out. Jay Heath missing that open 3 on the previous possession, which would have put Wilson up by 2, but instead, Wilson is down by 1.
Piece of trash was just thrown from the crowd. Oh, another piece of trash.
Things being thrown at the St. John's huddle by Wilson fans. Again.
Police department coming over, that will not be acceptable. No one can ever throw stuff to the crowd.
Don't want to get your attention on that. We want to keep you focused on this game. 52-51, St. John's with the lead.
Looks like one of Wilson's terrible towels was thrown.
St. John's will have the ball. 23 on the shot clock, 1:42 on the game clock. Wilson desperately needing a stop here. Trey Wood now with it, swings it to number 5. Now into Richard Njoku, skies up. And it's knocked out of bounds. Blocked by Willem Bauma and Ricardo Lindo.
It's someone like a foul there. No call though.
Wilson falls asleep and the corner 3 is good. Ishmael Leggett with the 3 puts St. John's up by 4.
1 minute, 20 seconds remaining.
Ayende Akeem handling the ball. Spins. Convert! Ayende Akeem knocked into the head of Trey Wood, and it looks like he might be injured and a timeout is called.
Looks like he might have.
What a move by Ayende Akeem to finish through that contact as Wilson cuts the lead to 2, 55-53, 1 minute 6 seconds.
I expected a and one call there, but there wasn't any, so. Again, folks, St. John's leading 55-53.
Some ruckus breaking out in the crowd.
Distracting from the important action.
Very unfortunate, taking the attention off of this great game. St. John's inbounding the ball. Wilson picking up full court press.
55-53, St. John's leading, 1 minute remaining.
Wilson needs to stop here, and then a 2. Carlos Dunn guarding Trey Wood. Now Ishmael Leggett, back to Trey Wood. Ishmael Leggett, who just made a 3. Now Trey Wood. It looks like a travel, and it's taken away by Wilson. Jay Heath going up the floor. Now Carlos Dunn. Gets it over to Ayende Akeem. 30 on the shot clock, 21 on the game clock, and a timeout is called by Coach Hernandez. He will try to set up a play to either tie the game at 55 or pull Wilson ahead by 1. 28.7 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. 8-second differential.
Seventy viewers here. Great to see that. St. John's is leading 55-53. Less than 30 seconds remain in this DCSAA state finals game. This game will come down to the wire, folks.
Both teams have timeouts left. Wilson has 1 timeout left. St. John's has 2. Neither team has committed many fouls in the 4th quarter, but yet both teams are in the bonus, so any foul will be at least some free throws. 55-53, St. John's leading. 28.7 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Wilson needs a bucket to tie. If not, they'll have to foul. Ayende Akeem with it, guarded by Trey Wood. High ball screen by Josiah Marable. Ayende Akeem goes all the way, and he lays it in. Tie game. Clock down to 15. And a timeout by Wilson. crowd is wild. Allende Akeem with a drive all the way to the basket. No help defense. He lays it in and ties the game. 55 all. 14.4 seconds left. St. John's will have the ball. Holding it for the last shot for a chance to win.
As a devout Wilson fan and Wilson student, I hate to say, but both of these teams deserve the victory tonight. They have fought it hard, and the winner will be
Truly deserving.
exactly. Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent basketball played on both sides.
Almost the whole stadium on their feet.
I have goosebumps, folks.
55, 55. 14.4 seconds left. Wilson cannot afford to foul because that would send St. John's to the line shooting 2.
The fans plumbing the crowd up to get behind them.
St. John's will have to go the length of the floor. And for Wilson, we have Ricardo Lindo, Carlos Dunn, Jay Heath, Allende Akeem, and Willem Bauma on the floor. St. John's will go the length of the floor, and Wilson is picking up with loose full court defense. Ricardo Lindo trying to slow them down. Trey Wood handling the ball. Now Casey Morcell back to Trey Wood. 5 on the game clock. He pulls up from deep and misses it. And that is off, and we will go to overtime.
We are headed to a 5th quarter. We have a whole new ball game, folks.
55-55. This DCSAA championship game will go to overtime.
The first 4 quarters couldn't decide it. We need more, folks.
Both teams will get an extra timeout, so that puts Wilson at 1 timeout left and St. John's with 3.
The scrappy underdog Wilson, ranked lower in both the DC All-Met rankings and in this bracket, fighting it out with a higher ranked and very privileged St. John's.
This is what you want, folks. Championship game, overtime. Can't get better than this.
We will have a 4-minute period, and if it is not decided, we will go to a second overtime, also of 4 minutes.
And if it's not decided in a second, we'll go to a third, we'll go to a fourth. We will go to unlimited overtimes if necessary.
We will be here all night.
A winner will be decided.
Actually, our stream ends at 8:15, so.
We will start a new one, folks.
Hopefully Wilson can pull out the dub before then. Because like you put it on for the time.
No, that's in an hour.
We'll deal with it when it comes to it. Yeah. All right, so it will be a jump ball to kick off the overtime. A jump ball will kick off the overtime. Dominguez Stevens, Jay Heath, Allende Akeem, Ricardo Lindo, and Josiah Marable, the starting lineup on the floor for Wilson.
It is a tie ball game.
For St. John's,
55.
For St. John's, we have Trey Wood, Casey Morcell, Ishmael Leggett, Jalen Abbott, and Richard Njoku.
I can barely stand it, folks.
55 all. The start of the first overtime period. And Ricardo Lindo wins it easily.
The 6'8" lanky guard really dominated that.
Allende Akeem handling the ball. Screened by Josiah Marable. Allende Akeem into Josiah Marable, and he's fouled. A reach-in foul on Ishmael Leggett. That's his third, and it is the 9th foul on St. John's, so the last 1-and-1 of this game will go to Josiah Marable. If he makes the first, he will get a second. If he misses, it will be a live ball. Coach Hernandez arguing that it was on the shot, which would be 2 free throws, but it was on the floor, to say the referees, so it will be a 1-and-1. Carlos Dunn checks in for Dominguez Stevens, a defensive substitution.
You'll see that time and time again down the stretch.
Josiah Marable misses the first. So Wilson comes away empty. They put on this three-quarter court press. Ricardo Lindo at the top with his long arms. And Trey Wood and Casey Morsell get it up the floor. Now a 2-3 zone by Wilson. This is the defense they showed in the first half. And then they switched to a 1-2-2. Now back in the 2-3. Casey Morsell drives. No one there. Ricardo Lindo with the steal. Jay Heath holding his eye as he and Casey Morsell collided. And the referee says his time, an injury timeout for Jay Heath. You're good, you're good.
And never mind, Will Bama will not sub in.
Dominguez Stevens will check back into the game for Carlos Dunn, offense for defense. And Ayende Akeem will bring the ball up. Still tied, 55 all. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first overtime. Both teams now in the double bonus. 2 free throws on any foul, non-offensive. Ricardo Lindo at the top of the key. Fakes the pass, now goes all the way and lays it in. Wilson now leading 57-55 as St. John's comes back the other way and Richard Njoku puts in the second chance point. Josiah Marable getting pulled away by Ayende Akeem. That was a timeout by St. John's. They have 2 left. 57 all, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the overtime. Is it on the Beacon Twitter?
I'm sorry, folks. I know I've been quiet for a few minutes and you missed my commentary, so I'm back. I've just been stunned by the level of play we're witnessing tonight. Defense has been at a premium. Offense has been at a premium. Both teams playing their hearts out. Chips on their shoulders. Neither team was the #1 ranked team going into this. Wilson knocked that team off Gonzaga Thursday night. And here we are, folks. First overtime, the final game tied at 57.
Wilson definitely had a tougher game yesterday as they played the #1 seed and won 66-63 in a hard-fought game. St. John's played a very good, but not as good as Gonzaga Murray team and won by 11.
2:40 left in the period.
Ayende Akeem will bring up the ball, tied at 57. Now Jay Heath on the wing, screened by Josiah Marable, and he gets it back and lays it in. A bucket by Josiah Marable off the great pass. And Wilson up 59-57. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Here is Ishmael Leggett. Now Trey Wood takes the 3. Back to Ishmael Leggett. Now Casey Morsell. Ishmael Leggett. Trey Wood. And a steal by Ricardo Lindo. Jay Heath going the other way. And he tried to give it back to Ricardo Lindo, and it was knocked out of bounds. Excellent defensive play by Trey Wood. Wilson will keep the ball. 1:56 left. Wilson will have the ball up by 2. Missed out opportunity on a 2-on-1 break.
It's okay though.
22 on the shot clock. Josiah Marable with the ball down low. And he misses it. A little too quick on the shot there. Trey Wood drives, a Euro step. Now Casey Morsell, he misses it. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. It looked like it was off of St. John's, but they call it off of Wilson.
St. John's will maintain possession, down by 2. 2 quick subs. Josiah and Dominguez will come out with a key defensive possession here. The 2 defensive players, Will Bama, Carlos Dunn will check in.
30 on the shot clock for St. John's, down 2. A timeout is called before the inbound pass by St. John's. They will have 1 left, equal to Wilson's 1 timeout left. Both teams in the double bonus. 1 minute, 36 seconds left. 59-57, Wilson leading. We thank you all for watching. Don't go anywhere.
Quick 30-second break, folks. Let's give you a quick recap of what's going on. I know Theo just ran it down, but we have a 59-57 Wilson lead. 1:36 remaining in the first overtime of this DCSAA City Finals game.
Two missed opportunities for both teams. We'll see who has ice in their veins and can put the game away right here.
Phenomenal viewership. Every single fan of Wilson is on their feet. Many other fans on the
Trey
field.
Wood will inbound the ball for St. John's. He cannot get it in. A 5-second call. And Wilson will get the ball. A horrible play by St. John's. They were coming out of a timeout and could not get the ball in. The ref saying that the two players for Wilson cannot check into the game.
Odd, but it's okay. The turnover still happened.
Wilson with the ball, up by 2, 59-57. 1 minute, 25 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. Allende Akeem with the ball, guarded by 5, Ishmael Leggett.
Important to recognize that Wilson has their defensive lineup on the floor. Obviously, they can still play both sides.
Allende Akeem all the way. It's knocked away. Shot clock down to 3, 2, 1. And a shot clock violation. Wilson not able to get any points there and not able to get their offensive subs in, so the defensive subs will stay on the floor.
That is a terrible possession by Wilson.
Both teams have one timeout left.
All they needed was one shot. And Wilson is scrambling. They seem to have...
1 minute left in the ball game.
You heard it, folks.
57 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. 59-57. Wilson with the lead. St. John's swinging it around on the 2-3 zone. Here's Casey Morcell. He drives in, tied up, and a jump ball is called. A jump ball is called. Possession stays with St. John's. 6 on the shot clock.
Sure as heck looked like it traveled to me.
Another good play by Ricardo Lindo to tie it up and not let Casey Morcell get a shot off. Everybody is on their feet. Well, St. John's will need to get a shot up. 6 seconds left, 40 on the game clock. Now 3, 2, a wild shot. It's off. And a rebound. A timeout is called.
By Coach Hernandez. Phenomenal coaching! Phenomenal!
St. John's could not get a good shot off there, and Jay Heath came away with it, threw it up to Carlos Dunn, and timeout was called by Coach Hernandez. 27.8 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. That is only a 2.8 second differential, which means St. John's will have to foul or get a steal here. Wilson is up 59-57. Both teams in the double bonus. Wilson, no timeouts left. St. John's with 1.
Folks, this is for the state championship. There's no bigger prize in DC.
Wilson's going to have to get it to one of its premier free throw shooters.
Thank you to all our viewers who give us great feedback every day. And we love the support. And we love to bring you Wilson Sports.
We're thrilled to be here with you tonight. This has been a phenomenal, hard-fought game with Wilson currently leading 59-57, 27.8 remaining. 25 on the shot clock. I'm just reiterating so you know, it's gonna come down to this, folks.
If St. John's gets a steal, they will have a chance to tie it with a 2 or win it with a 3. If they foul, Wilson will go to the line shooting 2.
It is Wilson's ball.
The starting lineup is in, minus Josiah Marable. Romaro Hutchinson is in. Jay Heath gets it in. And time ticks off the shot clock. Are they not fouling? They are fouling. But crucial seconds tick off as the coach, Patrick Behan, had to call for the foul. Jay Heath will go to the line shooting 2 to try to put Wilson up by 4 at max.
We are shattering Wilson Live records tonight.
Jay Heath misses the first. So the lead stays at 2, 59-57, as Willem Bauma and Carlos Dunn check into the game for Romaro Hutchinson and Dominguez Stevens. Jay Heath will have one more to try to put Wilson up 60-57, 22.6 seconds left on the game clock. He misses, so St. John's can tie it with a 2. Casey Morcell going all the way, a 3-pointer. And a foul is called. That was Ishmael Leggett shooting the 3, and a foul was called on Willem Bauma. It will be 3 shots for Ishmael Leggett. If he makes 2, it will be tied. If he makes 3, they will be up by 1. There is 13.8 seconds left. He makes the first. St. John's is down 1, 59-58. 13.8 seconds left. There will be subs after this free throw. He makes the second, so it is a tie game. 59-59, 13.8 left. Wilson gets the starting lineup back on the floor. They will need to secure a rebound here if it is off. He misses.
It will be Wilson's ball.
Richard Njoku, the center for St. John's, excellent hustle to go for that, but he traveled, so Wilson will have it. Tie game, 10 seconds left. Jay Heath with the ball. He made a buzzer beater in the previous game. We'll see what he can do here. Ricardo Lindo. And it's off. Wilson with 2 chances there, and no one scores. Double overtime.
We are going to his second overtime, folks. This game is wild. The fans are going crazy, and they were so close to victory yet again.
The score, 59 all. 59 all. Starting the second overtime. We are now up to over 8 million viewers.
Theo, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but it's still a Wilson Live record here.
So the game clock will be at 4 minutes at the start of the second overtime. And it will be a jump ball.
St. John's continues to knock down their free throws while Wilson is still struggling on that front.
This is
definitely a big story in the game, the free throws.
Incredible.
Both teams still in the double bonus, and both teams get one more timeout. Wilson now has 1 timeout, St. John's has 2. Both teams missed opportunities there. Wilson could have put themselves up 4 and made it a 2-possession game with Jay Heath at the line, but he missed both, and then St. John's had a chance to make all 3 free throws and go up by 1, but they only made 2. And then Wilson had a chance to win the game, yet missed 2 opportunities. And that brings us to a second overtime.
We are about to bring a second overtime to you, folks. This is unprecedented for a city championship game. Just did some research. Never been to a second overtime in a men's high school DCSAA final. It shows you how evenly matched these teams are. Folks, with the GW Charles E. Smith Center, there was a GW event going on down there. Even the GW got students who have no connection to watching. And everyone is on their feet. The Wilson fans, the St. John fans, and it is game time for
Let's see if Ricardo Lindo can come up with another jump ball, and he does. Jay Heath tracks it down. Wilson has won all the jump balls tonight. Again, 59 all. Second overtime, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Jay Heath drives all the way. He puts it up, rebound by Josiah Marable. He lays it in.
He muscled that ball into the net.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left. St. John's comes the other way, and a charge is called. What a play by Ricardo Lindo, giving up his entire body to draw the charge.
That is what's called a selfless play.
And Wilson will go the other way.
Up by 2.
61-59.
3:34 left. Tell your friends, tell your family, tune in. Wilson Live. You do not want to miss this.
3 minutes 34 remaining in the second overtime period.
Allende Akeem having the ball for Wilson. Now Jay Heath. He drives. He steps back for a 3. He makes it! He makes the 3!
That is huge!
5-point lead for Wilson. St. John's not calling a timeout. Trying to stop the run. A strip by Dominguez Stevens, but a foul is called.
Did look like a foul to me. Good call. Unfortunately.
Nice aggressive play by Dominguez Stevens, but would like him to move his feet and force a tough shot. Now Jalen Abbott will go to the line shooting 2 for St. John's. All of these players have to be gassed. He misses the front end. Sorry, it was 2 shots. It wasn't a 1-and-1, so we will get a second, but crucial miss on the first one.
Miscommunication between Ricky and the ref there. Don't want to have any animosity there as we go down the stretch. Every call will be
64-59, Wilson with a 5-point lead. The referee telling Jalen Abbott at the line to pay attention and shoot his free throw.
Second overtime.
He misses the second. Rebound by Josiah Marable. And that's a foul. It is not tied up. It is a foul. Looks like Richard Njoku was going around the arms of Josiah Marable rather than to the ball, which is why it was a foul.
The call was on Josiah Marable.
The foul was called on Richard Njoku of St. John's. The referee must have gotten the number wrong there. Josiah Marable will be at the line.
Oh, excuse me, yeah. Pardon me there. Theo had the right call.
That is Richard Njoku's 4th foul.
So I can make this a 3-possession game right here.
Wilson up by 5. 64-59. 2 minutes, 59 seconds left in the double overtime. He misses the first. Free throw shooting has been abysmal for Wilson today, and perfection for St. John's.
Couldn't agree
Not
more.
on that last play, but previously it was.
Theo apologizes for putting his hand in front of that.
Getting too excited here.
Folks, the energy in this arena is, you could cut it with a knife.
Josiah Marable trying to put them up by 6. And he misses again. 64-59. 5-point lead for Wilson. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. St. John's with the ball. Trey Wood calling for a play. Now Casey Morcell driving baseline. Goes around Josiah Marable, gives it up. Ishmael Wainwright, and it is called off. Offensive basket interference by St. John's. They tried to tip in the miss, but were too early. They touched the ball while it was still on the rim, and it will go to Wilson. Up by 5 still.
Quickly, Dominguez Stevens just checked back in for Carlos Dunn. Yet again, a defense for offense sub.
Allende Akeem guarded by Ishmael Leggett. He takes time off the clock. Clock now down to 12. 2 minutes 20. And a foul is called on Casey Morcell.
He will go to the line.
Jay Heath will go to the line. St. John's coach not happy about that. And now the defensive subs will come in once again. Willem Bauma and Carlos Dunn for Dominguez Stevens and Josiah Marable.
Money.
Jay Heath makes the first. Wilson lead up to 6.
After a 10-shot free throw drought, the Wilson Tigers have made a free throw.
Jay Heath has been the one bright light at the free throw line for Wilson tonight. He will have a second to put them up by 7. He misses. Still 65-59. Wilson with the lead.
2 minutes remaining.
Wilson puts on a press.
Overtime.
St. John's gets it up.
a steal almost, and a block by Will Bauer, and he saves it. And Wilson with the ball, up by 6. Ayende Akeem going all the way. He smartly pulls it out, and a foul is called on Jalen Abbott. Wilson will go to the line.
Phenomenal play by Will Bauer, fighting to the end of that possession. He might have just iced the game.
Will Bauer had to do 3 things there. He had to not foul, he had to block the shot, and he had to save the ball, and he did all 3 to perfection.
Phenomenal play across the court from Wilson.
Ayende Akeem at the line. It bounces around and off the rim. So still 6-point lead for Wilson, 65-59. 1 minute, 57 seconds left in the second overtime.
Both teams have 10 fouls, so any foul takes them to the line.
For 2. Ayende Akeem at the line.
Takes a deep breath. Such a phenomenal player. DCSAA Player of the Year. Players up.
And he gets nylon. Ice in his veins, 66-59. A timeout by St. John's before the drive. 7-point lead for Wilson. 1 minute, 54 seconds left. St. John's has not yet scored in this overtime.
In these 2 overtime periods, Wilson has really come alive.
Absolutely. Wilson has just, the energy has been different. They got themselves to this point in the game by playing talented basketball, and now they're fighting harder than St. John's is.
At this point in the game, it is all mental. Both teams are gassed, and it comes down from the neck up. We'll see if St. John's can keep their heads in this ball game and make a run with 1:54 seconds left. If they don't, well, you know what happens.
Remember, Wilson has won the past 2 DC Public School Championships, but has never secured this DC State title. So it's...
The bag may be secured tonight, folks. If you're hip, you're hip. Holy kajibis, folks.
Send the link around. Your friends and family will not want to miss this.
1:54 remain. Wilson leads 66-59.
All right, St. John's will have the ball. Down by 7. Trey Wood, the star point guard for St. John's. We'll see if he can make a play. Wilson in his 2-3 defense. St. John's gets it into the post. A corner 3, it's off. Rebound by Casey Morcell, and Trey Wood tracks it down. Casey Morcell pump fakes the 3, now steps back and does not get a clean shot. It's off. A rebound again by St. John's. And again, Casey Morcell. Referee has a call. Maybe a problem with the clock here. St. John's excellent hustle to get a second and a third chance here, though.
They might have the energy now, but they need to secure 7 points, excuse me.
1 minute, 30 seconds left, 27 on the shot clock. We'll see if that changes with this discussion at the table by the referee.
Just to reiterate, folks, this is the second overtime. Unprecedented here in the DCSAA final game. 2 teams, the finest in the city this year, battling it out.
Referee's still trying to sort out this play here. It looks like they will put the game shot clock down to 12 as it was an air ball in the previous shot.
Couldn't agree with that call more.
That's a big play as the shot clock goes from 27 to 12. So St. John's will really have to hustle to get this shot up.
St. John's is quickly getting to run a play with the ref still talking it out.
St. John's will have the ball with 12 on the shot clock, 1:30 on the game clock, 66-59. 66-59, Wilson with the lead. Both teams in the double bonus. Ayende Akeem, good pressure there, forces a tough pass to get it in.
Careful not to foul.
Casey Morcell, the deep 3, it's good. Now St. John's not fouling here. Jay Heath with the ball. 25 left on the shot clock. He'll need to get it up. He does. He spins. Lead is down to 4, 66-62. Clock ticks down, 1 minute, 5 seconds left. 14 on the shot clock.
Wilson leads by 4.
Jay Heath with the ball, guarded by Casey Morcell. Ricardo Lindo screens, they switch. He steps back for the 3. It's off. Fight for the rebound. And it will go to St. John's. The jump ball gives possession to St. John's as the 3 by Jay Heath was missed.
Great effort by Ricardo Lindo. Next jump ball will go.
The referees are discussing maybe this jump ball should go to Wilson.
If I recall correctly, Wilson did get the last jump ball. However, I may be incorrect. I feel like they should just go to the scorer's table here and clearly.
And it is possession St. John's. Down by 4, 66-62. 51.2 on the game clock.
Wilson's premier defensive lineup in the game.
Trey Wood gives it up. And a poke away by Jay Heath. Keeps the ball with St. John's. 23 on the shot clock. 43.8 on the game clock. Wilson up 66-62. Both teams in the double bonus. Wilson does not want to foul.
Absolutely not here.
Trey Wood drives. That's a tough shot, and it's missed. Rebound by Carlos Dunn. And he gives it away. Trey Wood up and under. He misses. Rebound by Ricardo Lindo. And a timeout is called by Coach Hernandez, running and jumping across the floor to get the referee's attention.
Wilson has the ball, 66-62. 25.8 seconds remaining.
That was a crucial possession because if St. John's made it, they would have pulled it to within a 1-possession game. But instead, it is a 66-62, 4-point lead, 2-possession game, and St. John's will most likely have to foul Wilson with 25.8 seconds left on the game clock in the second overtime.
And with both teams in the double bonus, it will be 2 shots for Wilson.
Wilson hasn't shot great from the line tonight. But all they really need is 1. Folks, we are shattering records out here tonight. This is the first time a double overtime has happened in a DCSAA City Final game, and we are shattering Wilson Live records.
A couple years ago, there was a double overtime game in the semifinals between H.D. Woodson and Gonzaga. That game ended both teams in the hundreds. H.D. Woodson pulling that out to go on to win. That was in 2016.
This game is more defensively. Both teams are, more defensively minded in this game.
Absolutely.
Again, 66-62. Wilson with the lead. 25.8 on the shot game clock.
And here it is, folks.
St. John's will try to get a steal. If not, they will foul.
The shot clock is turned off.
It's a long pass up ahead. Dominguez Stevens tracks it down. A double team. He gets it over. He's falling away. And St. John's will go the other way for 2. And it's a 2-point game. 66-64. Dominguez Stevens. Unwise pass there. You cannot give yourself up by jumping in the air and having to get rid of the ball.
It's okay. He is only a sophomore. And that's a play you typically see from a sophomore. It is not something you want to see in this critical moment of the game. But Wilson still maintains a 2-point lead.
Coach Hernandez definitely drawing up a play here to not turn it over.
Somewhat intelligent play by St. John's to not foul there, knowing that they had the pressure on.
Wilson will try to get it to a good free throw shooter here.
It's going to take all of Wilson's composure right here to finish this game on top. 16.4 seconds, 66-64.
Again, before this, it was 66-59, with Wilson going on a 7-0 run to open the second overtime. But St. John's has quickly closed that gap, scoring 5 straight points in the last minute and a half.
And I think it's going to be up to Wilson's senior leaders, Ayanda Hakeem and Ricky Lindo, to keep the team calm, cool, and collected.
And Wilson puts in a good free throw shooting lineup with Jay Heath, Dominguez Stevens, Ricardo Lindo, Ayanda Hakeem, and Romaro Hutchinson. They get the ball into Dominguez Stevens. He steps on the line.
Oh my goodness, folks.
Dominguez Stevens stepped on the line as he was trapped in the corner, and St. John's will get the ball with 11.4 seconds left.
He's ranked as the number 73 player in his class. He's an elite talent, but he is cracking under pressure. That is so sad to
The
see.
defensive lineup for Wilson will come in. Willem Bauma and Carlos Dunn. Casey Morcell with the ball. St. John's, 7 seconds left. They will need a 2 to tie. He goes to the rim. He misses. Rebound by Willem Bauma. And they get it up. And Wilson has won.
Oh my God! Wilson wins!
Wilson has won the DCSAA championship.
Holy cheese balls, folks!
We will stay here as long as we can to bring you the trophy presentation with the battery on our filming device might cut off. We'll get you this right now. 66-64, Wilson winning the DCSAA championship. The first one in Wilson history, am I correct?
It could be the very first. The DC is one of the premier basketball. Didn't shake hands after that game. Not shocking knowing their reputation, but still very sad to see. Sportsmanship, just not one of the things they preach at that school.
Sportsmanship not fully on display for Wilson either, because
Does not matter because
It does not matter. Wilson has won the game, and Wilson is the DCSAA champion, folks.
And again, thank you to all our viewers for tuning in to Wilson Live tonight. We really appreciate your presence throughout the season. I hope to have you around for our spring sports.
The student section at Wilson really helped will this team to victory in the double overtime. Hundreds of fans.
again, Wilson DCSAA champions, beating the St. John's Cadets, Northwest rival, 66-64. Huge plays.
Will come out onto the court.
St. John's looks like they are coming back onto the court. Maybe to shake hands with Wilson or to receive their runner-up trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you direct your attention to mid-court for our post-game trophy presentation. Ms. Ross.
Thank you for watching this edition of Wilson Live. We will stay with you through the trophy presentation, and then we will cut it down.
Not the taste that St. John's players expected walking into this game, losing to a public school like that.
Go Big Will is all I can say. Alright folks, you saw it here, and the couple thousand fans saw it as well.
A valiant effort by St. John's, despite on the losing end. Excellent fight and a true display of talent on their part.
Wilson really did secure the bag and slap them out of the win. The hard work paid off. The hours in the gym, the hours in the gym.
It's all about Big Will, baby. We getting a W out here. All night long, baby. All night long. Heat. Heat. Let's go. Let's go. All night long, baby. Step back, all of that in your face. Let's eat today and forever.
Thanks, Eli, for that inspired performance. He wins fan of the game. Wanted to call him up and give him that big award.
Braxton, 21 points. 21 points, 1 steal and 2 rebounds. the junior guard, number 5, Jay Heath.
And Jay Heath wins player of the game with 21 points and 5 rebounds. He had that huge 3 in single overtime to keep Wilson in it and handled the ball, made clutch free throws down the stretch.
Congratulations to the Wilson Tigers for their first ever DC State Athletic Association Boys Basketball Championship in school history. Congratulations also to the cadets of St. John's on their outstanding season. Congratulations once again also to the St. John's Lady Cadets who earlier this afternoon won the girls' championship. The DC State Athletic Association thanks its sponsors once again: Wilson, Express, Monumental Sports Network, and Revolution Foods. Don't forget to tune in to Monumental Sports Network to watch coverage of the DC State Athletic Association State Tournament games. Their website, www.monumentalsports.
There you see George Allen running around with the championship banner.
And for additional information regarding DC State Athletic Association events, make sure you visit our website, www.DCSAAsports.org, or follow us on our social media platforms on Instagram and Twitter at DCSAA.
Quite a victory, folks. We are going to sign off.
We thank you for coming out to today's
Thanks, folks, for
game.
watching. It's been a
And enjoy the
pleasure.
rest of your
From
weekend.
me, Nicholas Whitman,
Me, Theo Shapinski.
And Isaac Frunkin.
signing off, folks.
Thank you for watching this final edition of Wilson Live. We'll see you next time.